Hello, I'm Dr. Sam, this is Dr. Sam's Health, and today we'll continue talking about my CSCS experiences. So what is CSCS? For those of you who don't know what it is a National Strength and Conditioning Association, NSCA, Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist Certificate. It is a pretty high level of certification, and in order to get one, you have to take a very serious test. So you have to know a lot and you have to prepare well for this test. I will definitely talk about the test itself in one of my future videos, but today I would like to talk about one of the tools that I have used to prepare for this test. I already made a video about the essentials of strength and conditioning textbook, and the test and the whole CSCS certification, at least in my opinion, is heavily based on this textbook. The textbook was just amazing, and I encourage you to take a closer look at my review. I would highly recommend getting this textbook and studying it from A to Z. But today I will talk about the online course that NSCA offers for those of you who want to prepare for the test really well. Did I enjoy this course? Can I recommend it to you if you're preparing for your CSCS exam? That's a big question, and I cannot say that I particularly enjoyed this course, and I don't think I can recommend it to you. It has certain merits, quite a few, but at the same time, I do have quite a few reservations. So let's go over them one by one. First of all, the content. Content-wise, this course doesn't add much, if anything, to whatever you're going to learn from the book. Essentially, you cannot really take this exam without thoroughly studying the book, and if you have done so, this course content is pretty much useless. Effectively, the course is designed to guide you through the preparation process, and what it does is pretty much it tells you to open the textbook in a certain place, study chapters so-and-so, XYZ, and then get back to the course and go through a certain unit. So I don't think it adds any value. It might help you to organize your efforts a little bit, but I didn't find it to be particularly helpful. Speaking about the relationship between the book and the course actually comes as a package, so you can buy it either with the book or without the book, and if you don't have a book, I would obviously recommend getting it with the book, because you cannot take this exam without the book, you cannot really take this course without the book, and you will get this book at a huge discount if you buy it as a package. The course also has some extras, but I'll talk about them a little bit later. Just to finish talking about the content, one particular issue that I had with the course and with the book was the absence of a serious description of your musculoskeletal system, all the major joints and muscles. I believe that it's critical for anybody who's in this field of strength and conditioning to know musculoskeletal anatomy really well. They should test it on the exam, and I think they do, and they should provide you with a very good overview of this musculoskeletal anatomy in both the book and the course. I was hoping that the course would have it. The course didn't have it either. Okay, a couple of good things about the content of the course or about its relationship to the textbook. What it really does, it does highlight the most important, the most critical, the most likely to be tested concepts in the book. Sometimes when we read hundreds and hundreds of pages of text, it's very difficult to discern what is the most important item there, what is most likely to be tested. And the course like that, being created by NSCA for those who are preparing for the course, courses like that tend to highlight the most important things. Plus, it has some little quizzes, little problems there. It's actually a problem-based course. They would give you some scenario and they would ask you some questions about this scenario. They will guide you through answering the questions like that, and so on. A very interesting thing about these quizzes and problems that interspersed throughout the course is that they actually help you memorize things. We know from research that active application of the principles and rules and information that you are getting from some textbooks greatly improves both the understanding and retaining of this information. So this is a good part. At the same time, I must say that in my opinion, this course had too many quizzes and problems, and it didn't provide too much content. So it was heavily relying on the textbook, and then it was just giving you some quizzes and problems to solve. And these quizzes and problems, they had lots of issues in my opinion. First of all, their format was very distinct from the format of the exam. To begin with, the exam is a multiple choice question. What they would do, they would majority of cases, they would either give you a scenario and ask multiple questions about it, or they would give you some sort of a situation when you've got two lists, list A and list B, and you would have to match items in list A to list B. Or they would give you, say, a diagram, the drawing of a muscle with all the structures there, and they would name the structures A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on, and they would ask you to match the terms to the letters on the drawing. Another typical quiz would be to match the terms to the definitions. Unfortunately, in many cases, these quizzes were plain silly. I remember they had to match certain things with their definitions, and one of them, the correct answer was the definition of speed is the time that it takes to come from point A to point B to cover a certain distance, which is just ridiculous. Time is time, distance is distance, speed is distance divided by time. And maybe it's just one example, there were like dozens of them, and unfortunately, in order to complete the course, you had to match all the correct definitions with correct terms, and I almost felt forced to give wrong answers, the answers I didn't believe in order to progress through the course. So that was quite annoying. A couple of other annoying things about the course. First of all, the design. Design was clearly outdated. It looked like it pretty much preceded the Web 2.0. It looks very old, and it's odd that they offer this kind of design in 2019. That's the time when I was taking this course. Also, it was quite glitchy and slow at times, and especially in the last days of preparation, I was several units behind my own schedule. And in the last night before the exam that I had, I decided to complete the course, and I had several modules to go through, several units, and as I was going through them, it was lagging tremendously. It was really, really annoying because you couldn't move from one page to another to the third one, and so on and so on. And it took me I pretty much wasted half an hour at least just doing these things, and it gets me out of my preparation zone. Okay, as I was finishing the course, I was approaching the last component of the course, which was actually very, very good. It was the multiple choice exam that was meant to mimic the real exam. It has around 100 questions or so. I don't remember the exact number, it doesn't really matter. I remember that I actually took it, and I remember that the questions were multiple choice questions, which were slightly different from the questions on the real exam. Actually, real exam has multiple questions with videos when they show you certain exercise technique or person performing certain maneuvers, and you are supposed to watch the video and to say what kind of technique correction you would recommend and so on. This course didn't have this kind of questions, and I think they have internet, they have everything they need to make this kind of things happen. It's an online course, so I would expect them to have this kind of questions. Nevertheless, it is the end of the course exam. It has 100 questions, which is a decent number of questions to go through. I allotted an hour and a half to this test, and I specifically did it in a very funny way. I have my personal issues when I'm taking any kind of serious multiple choice exams. I'm usually getting very distracted by environment, and I'll talk about this when I'll be talking about the actual exam that I took. But what I have done, I have created a very unfavorable environment. I actually had my girlfriend sitting next to me on the couch, moving, watching TV, checking her phone, typing something, so there were lots of noises and lots of distractions, and I must say that I completed this multiple choice question test in like 25 minutes or so, and I cannot say that the content of the course was similar to or like exact replication of the content of the exam, but later on I realized that the assessment that I have received from the course test was exactly the same as I got from my real exam. On my real exam, I scored 86%. On this end of test course, I scored 87%. So I think it shows that the course exam has a lot of validity and generalizability. So that was a very good part. Okay, before I get to my conclusions, I would like to talk about the extras. So this course, as I said, it comes as a package, right? And this package includes the textbook, which is surprisingly optional, some online materials, some minor printouts, and it also includes this exercise manual, which is a very decent exercise manual as a standalone manual. But there are a couple of things I would like to say about this. First of all, it pretty much duplicates the information that is located in a textbook. So essentially this manual is quite useless because all of the information in this manual is already present in the textbook that you have to have, and you have to read it from A to Z in order to pass your exam. The good thing is that this manual comes with a set of videos that you can watch online, and I think they have the video guide to around 60-70 exercises, which is actually pretty good. You can watch, you can get a very good understanding of the exercise technique, and also I think each video contains 1 or 2 exercise performance errors that likely would be tested on your real exam, the CSCS exam. Now I have to say that the textbook comes with some videos, the course comes with some videos, this exercise manual comes with some videos. It's hard for me to tell whether there is a difference between the exercise manual, between the textbook and between the course, but overall you can get access to 60-70 exercise videos, which is very nice. And that's the second really good thing about the course. A special perk: if you are going to become a CSCS, you are going to be the member of the NSCA. So if you're taking this course, you will get some continuing education credits, and I think it's a good perk. Also, since I'm already talking about the membership, I would highly recommend purchasing your membership prior to purchasing your exam. Because if you're paying for your exam as a non-member, you'll pay much more. And essentially, if you're becoming a member and you're paying for a course with a discount, the membership will pay for itself. Okay, I think it's time for me to summarize my experiences. So in general, my impression from the course: content-wise, it sucks it doesn't have much of the content. You still have to rely on the book. Though this course helps you to organize your studying a little bit, it might add a couple of minor things to the content, but it also highlights the most important, the most likely to be tested topics. Also, it includes the video guide to multiple exercises, which I found to be very useful. And again, it highlights some errors that are likely to be tested. And finally, it has the end of course exam that would help you to assess your degree of preparedness quite accurately. So is this course worth taking? Is it a good aid to your CSCS exam preparation? I would say no. To be honest, I cannot recommend it to you. I only took it just because, I'm a physician. I do have some free funds to spend $300-400 on the course like that, and I'm a bit of a nerd. I like being over-inclusive in my preparation. But my recommendation to you would be, if you have some free money and some free time, okay, take this course. But if you want to take some course, I would actually suggest going to a live clinic that would cost approximately the same amount of money that this course does, and it would be much more worthwhile in your case. It would be much more cost effective. And one last remark is that this video turned out to be rather critical, and I don't want people to think that I'm criticizing things for the sake of criticizing. I'm doing it for 2 reasons. The reason number 1 is I want anybody who is going to invest their time and money into this course to have a well-informed understanding of what they're going to get for their money and their time. So I think that this goal was achieved. And the second goal is to provide an objective and comprehensive feedback to the course creators. So if they are working on constantly improving this course, they could use the information from this video, my feedback, to improve the course. Speaking of that, I'm a CSCS right now myself, and I would be happy to participate in any kind of educational activities with NSCA. So if you guys are watching this video and if you are thinking about updating the course and you would like to hear from me directly, go ahead, shoot me an email, contact me. I'll be happy to provide assistance and expert opinion on a number of things as a medical doctor and researcher. So that was all I wanted to say about the NSCA online course for the CSCS exam preparation. I hope you enjoyed this video. There are much more coming up in the next couple of months. I'm back to video making. So hit the like button, subscribe if you like my content, and in order not to miss a thing, it's important to be a subscriber. Show me your support. Ask questions, make comments. I'm always welcoming any kind of interactions with my subscribers and viewers. And also check out my website, drsamshealth.com, for more information. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. All the best.